All right, Ruthless Nation, welcome into the booth here for the Ruthless GT3 series taking on High Speed Ring, and it will be the largest field in the GT3 series through its 6 races, and it comes at a none better track than here at High Speed Ring. A lot of room to allow guys to move around and stuff, and per usual, we got Monkey up here. Thanks for being with us here, Monkey.
Thanks for having me, Stu.
Yes, sir. So we're getting ready to take on High Speed Ring, and the name does not lie. It is high speed, all but a very small portion of the track where we go through a series of S's and obviously the tight turn at the end of the straight stretch that we'll be watching very closely here through this race. But yeah, overall, I think we're going to have a good one on our hands here at High Speed Ring.
I think so too, Stu, and if I'm not mistaken, this could be the fastest track we've been on yet for top speed. I believe.
That could be maybe close to matching Monza there, but last week, but probably not too close. But without further ado, we got T-Dubs on the pole for us here at High Speed Ring without very much surprise. But we do have quite a few fast guys out here in the field. And without further ado, we're going to get underway here from High Speed Ring with Jason in second starting off this thing. Cork in third. Snowman going to be in fourth. Hollywood in his first start is going to start in the top 5. Stu will be in sixth, along with staggering in his first start as well in 7th. Monkey will be in 8th, and TKO Chaos, his second start. Glad to have him back this week with us here on the GT3 circuit. But without too much pause, these guys are underway. First 5 are kind of just getting away. But we'll drop back here to the battling. It's kind of between 7th, 8th, and 9th. They're all kind of real close. Everybody gets through this first turn. You can see guys can get up into that wall, but that is not going to be allowed here in this race. So that's something guys are going to have to avoid as they go around here. And this is the series of S's we were talking about. Everybody's real close here. 5th, 6th, and 7th, all real tight through there. Hollywood had trouble through practice all week in that turn specifically, as everybody goes through the tunnel now. All right, catch my breath here as everybody goes through this last turn.
I was surprised to see everybody make it through the first lap clean with cold tires and just getting started racing. I don't think anybody had an incident at all. T-Dub, dominating performance in lap 1.
Yeah, he jumps it out there to a pretty good lead. Has Jason in tow, both in the same car here in the Supra. And Cork and the McLaren, along with Snowman, tagging together. Hollywood as well in the Supra. So we got a lot of Supras in the field now. You see everybody go through this turn. See staggering. He's kind of way close up there to the wall. Gets down back to the inside of Stu here, going through to the S turns. Will overtake 6th place from Stu there in the 24 Ruthless Racing BMW.
Cork took 2nd from Jason just before that turn 2 as well. Nothing eventful, he just passed him. That high-speed McLaren.
Yeah, so Cork's now closing the gap up to our leader of T-Dubs. You see the sparks coming off those cars. They bottom out coming through the last turn of our course. And Cork has closed this gap, so maybe T-Dubs has kicked it into maybe a little bit of a fuel saving here. We'll see, guys, that maybe the short shift is about as far as we'll see guys go on trying to save the fuel. Cork down to the inside, and he's going to be looking to overtake the lead. He's door to door with the Supra for now. Gets clear as we're going to be going down into the hard left-hand turn here at the end of our high-speed straight stretch.
Cork.
All 3 go through there pretty good. There's a great pack back here from 5th on back as we'll watch that battle. It's a pack of 4 cars. Monkey is towing them up there in his yellow Porsche. Hollywood back here is trying to make a move to the inside on Stu. Not going to be able to make it happen. Oh, Hollywood's a little loose back there. And he's going to lose some position on that one. And we had mentioned earlier, he had trouble with that turn all through practice.
Hollywood comes over from our NASCAR circuit. This is, I believe, his first time in the GT3 style car.
Yeah, this will be his first official race in such a car. And, you know, he'll learn as this goes on. He's got 36 more laps to figure it out. Or what is it? 41.
41.
God, I can't count. Cannot count.
That's all right.
I know my ABCs though, folks. Don't worry. Oh, we got some wall scraping there from our leader. Don't know if he just got slipped up there on the slick. That green stuff is doesn't have as great a traction as the asphalt.
A lot of movement up front.
Yeah, a good pack of 4.
Snowman in second now.
That's right. The 2 McLarens 1-2 now. As we look at the fuel, seems like all the top 4 there are pretty close on fuel.
I don't get those McLarens and the Toyotas. Sometimes the Toyotas seem faster on the straights, and here we have McLarens seem faster all the way around the track.
Oh, we got Snowman's going to make a move to the inside around Court. Gets by him quite easily and clear.
That was just a big show of muscle out of Snowman.
See, Cork ran a 7.897 on lap 2.
I don't know if he was helping out his McLaren teammate or showing him a little displeasure, but he gave him a little bump there heading into turn 2.
Jason got off the wall back there. Trying to keep on staggering. He goes around and is hanging on to 5th. Stu makes a move with Monkey here. He has 6th place. And there's another top pack here in the back. So it's looking like no penalties have been issued so far.
That's amazing, too. The number of penalties I was seeing in practice was very high. Here we see none.
We'll probably see that as these tires tend to wear and guys slip up here in this last turn particularly and get up into that wall a little bit, because that can happen.
Yeah, that last turn is as easy as it looks, is one of the tougher ones. 'Cause your car really wants to drift up the track there.
All right, we'll jump back up to the front now, as it's basically 1-2 with the McLarens, and we got the Supras maybe battling for a little bit of position between Jason and T-Dubs. These guys are real close to that wall whenever they come through that turn. Looks like the Supras kind of sorted it out, though. McLarens are real tight, 1-2. Superflow Racing in the chat. Good to see.
Yeah, I always like to see Superflow.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did we see? No, that wasn't. Got Staggering. He's hanging on to 5th, kind of in a little league of his own right now. 6th and 7th are Stu and Monkey. They're just kind of hanging out together at the moment. And on back here, you got Chaos and then Hollywood. Not sure what's happened to him, but he is off the pace big time here.
Are we under caution, Stu?
Oh, we are under caution here. That's right. Pace has slowed down significantly. So Hollywood might have been a part of this caution. We're actually going to go to the West Higgins ORV replay. We'll follow along with Hollywood until we find this caution. Looks like we're back at 7 minutes. Can't find this caution. Oh, he's 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Let's see, West Higgins ORV replay in order. TKO Chaos loose through the first turn there. Gets around. Hollywood hits him and goes around. And you know, that's 2 cars, and that's going to be a caution. For
yes,
sure.
Sir. That was it.
All right, so it'll be a race to the line.
Thank you, West Higgins ORV, for that replay.
That's right. Appreciate West Higgins ORV for that replay. So I will jump back ahead to the 8-minute mark here, as we will be under caution. And pit road should be open this time, so third caution of the season, if I'm right on that, and race number 6.
I expect we'll see everybody come down pit road this time.
This will definitely change the strategy that guys were trying to pull on this race.
Yes.
So to reset everything, and should be getting back going at the beginning of lap 9, if everything goes out correctly. Alright, so pit road is open, and we will be seeing everybody take advantage of it.
This track does eat up tires today. We're seeing almost everybody running race mediums.
That's right, you got staggering on the softs. We'll see if he sticks with that.
I think Staggering's driving a Subaru. Maybe that's a little different with the tires.
For sure. Next race will be a Topless. You two for joining the chat. Proud sponsor of the Ruthless Racing Series. Don't forget to stick around, because your last lap is presented by SKU-Car. Alright, under caution here. First time today at high speed ring. We see an accident between TKO Chaos and Hollywood in the first turn on lap number 6. They raced to the line, took 7. Pit road open. We took 8, and we should be restarting when we start lap 9. So it'll be T-Dubs, Cork, Snowman, Jason, and Staggering as your top 5 when we get restarted. Monkey will overtake Stu through the pit stop. Hollywood will gain a spot on TKO Chaos after the caution. So now the field is in order of single file restart when we get back to the front stretch.
Quite a mix-up in the top 4 from that pit stop. The Snowman let us in, and he comes out in third.
Could have been the difference in how the fuel had been burned. You know, fuel takes a little extra time to get done.
Yeah.
Staggering does stay on the soft tires, I see. Everybody else is running the medium compound. And when they come out of the last turn and get to the start-finish line, that's where this race will go green once again. Alright, we're getting to the start-finish line here. And when T-Dubs hits that line, we will be green once again. Up in the throttle, we are green once again here from High Speed Ring.
Nice, that's a good restart. Stu is pushing Monkey pretty hard from behind. Monkey pushing Staggering. Looks like Stu kept everybody nice and tight.
Yeah, you can see the Supra and the Renault tagged up there at the end. Now we got some tire rub coming into the first turn. Hollywood's way down low. Monkey gets up into the wall. Staggering goes down to the inside. Everyone survives. Stu, big loser there, drops all the way back to 8th. I think he took a bump from somebody going through the first turn there.
I think everybody came out okay. Positions changed a little bit, but still packed in here pretty tight.
Yeah, everybody's still nice and together, all 9 cars. And see the T-Dubs, though, he on these restarts, as we've seen at the beginning of the race as well, he just gets out there to a good lead. So, excuse me, and then I think we'll see him kind of dial it back, and then we'll see these McLarens kind of catch up, because I feel like those McLarens can just run a little faster, still under like the fuel saving pace, and then once the Supra, I feel like, goes into kind of that conservation mode, you're able to see the McLaren able to show its ability and doing that as well.
T-Dubs probably gets a bit of an advantage by not having any cars to bang around with on that first lap too.
Yeah, he's a big possibility.
Yeah, nobody bothering him up front. For second, third, and fourth, they're just fighting with each other the whole
Yeah,
time.
they are neck and neck here. And this is fresh off a restart. We have completed one lap when we get back around to the line. T-Dub's still in the lead. I'm sorry, 2 laps since the restart. But T-Dub's still out there to that nice cushion that he's enjoying. Court gets real close to the wall there in the last turn. Let's see the back of her pack here. 5th and 6th. Hollywood's moved up after the caution. Stu there in 7th. Monkey 8th. TKO Chaos running up 9th in the Renault. Got some nice...
Jason's making a good showing for being gone for a couple weeks.
Yeah, most certainly. And he shows up in a new scheme, I believe. We haven't seen that one, which I was going to mention. Oh, I think we heard somebody get the wall up there. It might have been T-Dubs. He is on a slower lap than his best lap, which was last lap. Second, third, and fourth, though, still very top. And Hollywood has worked his way up to 5th. Maybe we've seen Staggering have something go wrong there.
I'm not sure.
T-Dubs, he runs his best lap by 1/1000th. Or 1/100th and 4/1000ths. Second, third, though, heating up, though. Cork, man, he's right there on the bumper of that Super of Jason.
I don't know how well Jason knows Cork, but he's going to know him after this race.
Most
Every
certainly.
lap like it's the last.
That man rides the bumper until you make the mistake. See the 23, he goes down in that turn pretty heavy. Ooh, almost got out of whack, those 2 guys did. You see TKO Chaos, he makes a move all the way up to 7th. He gets around Staggering and Monkey. Monkey now moves back to the rear of our field. Be 12 complete, starting lap 13 here at the line.
Maybe we're seeing some fuel saving out of a few of these drivers here. Definitely not seeing a lot of first, second, third, or fourth.
No, these guys are running it straight up. There's a little less fuel in the Super of T-Dubs than there is of the McLaren of Cork. Jason has a lot less fuel than Snowman behind him, so there's the McLarens with that fuel efficiency. These guys are flirting with that guardrail up there. But nobody really getting into it. There's a good line of cars still all the way out throughout the field here.
See, Hollywood has himself a top 5. Pretty good day so far.
Yeah, he's worked himself back up there after being involved in our caution back on lap 6.
Yeah, looks like he's taken to the new car pretty well.
Super is a nice car to get acquainted with quickly.
Yep, coming from a NASCAR, probably feels like he's driving a fighter jet.
Yeah, really. TKO Chaos is on the rear of Stu here. Looks like they're going to be content with bump drafting one another, possibly trying to get up to the 5th place car of Hollywood here. We're certainly going to start seeing guys to kind of put the fuel to the test, because those McLarens, they might be able to do it in one less than most of these guys, just depending on how they work that about. But second, third, and fourth are all back together real tight once again.
I'm watching the back of the field and nothing spectacular, but Monkey took 8th, and I'm looking at the fuel of 8th and 9th, and they're over half a tank right now. Just over.
Yeah, the 2 cars ahead of them are about on the same deal. The Renault might have a little less than the BMW, but both below half a tank. Hollywood also below half a tank. Let's see how he compares to the other Supras up ahead. He's got a little more than Jason. He's probably got about as much as T-Dubs, maybe a little less. But, oh man, big moves here up at second as Jason goes down to the low part of the track. Going to have the other McLaren, the Snowman, helping him. Peaks 3 wide, but we go back single file. Nope. Door to door, we're going to go down into this turn. See Jason up against the wall, gets some guardrail, goes around Snowman there. So, interesting battle.
It's got to be intense in that little pack.
Yeah, they're all just fighting for every inch of track, and then you got T-Dubs up here. He's just cruising Sunday drive.
Yeah, probably changing the radio station.
Messing with the brake bias. Like, oh, what's that one do? Oh, what's this button do?
Second, third, or fourth, they're gripping, white knuckling the wheel.
Yeah, most certainly. And as they get into the high drafting portion of this track, the two McLarens will be together. And you know Cork, he'll definitely push that 5 on up through there. They might make a move around to the outside by the time this is said and done and get down to this the real first turn of the track. I don't count that elbow turn.
Technically a turn, but you don't even slow down.
No, it's full throttle. You might lose a mile an hour going up the slightly banked portion of it, but that's about it. Jason hanging on to second, riding the rumble strip for a little bit of extra turn. Breaks loose a little bit, might allow Snowman to make a move up to second, and he does. He's clear as they go into the tunnel, and it was tight racing when they got in there. Now Cork is on the bumper of the Supra of Jason. Huge battle here for second.
Toyota's under assault by those McLarens.
Certainly is. 16 complete, starting lap 17 now. Oh, we got one back there in the dirt of Hollywood. Or no, that wasn't Hollywood. Who was that? Somebody. TKO Chaos, sorry. Hollywood's in 5th all by himself. Battle for second, though. Man. They kind of separate through this portion of the track, I've noticed. The 23 possibly got more wall than he wanted there. It's going to be 9/10, almost a full second off his best lap. Also, tire wear is a big issue here. As you can see, the right front on a lot of these cars is starting to go down. The McLarens, they look pretty decent there, but Jason, he's having all kinds of issues. His right front, not as good as the right front of T-Dubs, but let's be real. Jason's been fighting for his life back here for 10 laps.
Yep.
Oh, he's got some wall. That's going to be a 2.5 penalty. That's what we said when the tires got worn. You would wash up towards that wall, and that'll be detrimental to the battle he had going on up here.
That's going to hurt. That's the first penalty we saw today, right?
I think so. If anybody else got one, I ain't seen it.
Nope. And Jason has abused that front tire.
Yeah, it is worn. Oh, and he's washed up into that wall. Avoids a penalty there, though.
I see Hollywood's got his front tire in the same shape as Jason. They both just tore that thing up.
Yep, both drivers of Supras there. Right front tire on the BMW is still got something there. TKO Chaos, his right sides are just eat up in the Renault. Monkey, though, looks pretty fair there. Probably has a couple more laps left in the Porsche. All right.
Yeah, I don't think the fuel savers are pushing it as hard.
Definitely not. Hollywood able to get around Jason for the moment. Jason down pit road this time. So that'll be the first of our green flag pit stops Hollywood takes over fourth, and guys will just continue to pass the super adjacent as he makes that stop for tire and fuel. He will take on the tires and obviously will take on the fuel. Another pit stop here. Chaos down pit road in his Renault. With
They
the
were
Alpine scheme.
both really low on fuel.
They were. Looks like T-Dubs is possibly going to be pitting this lap. It can't be for sure, but it's pretty low.
Hollywood's right front is gone.
And his fuel is also gone. T-Dubs, Snowman 1-2. Cork has kind of lost him a little bit there. Right, Monkey and Staggering, they look like they got another lap to go.
I think Hollywood might be out of fuel.
He certainly is out of fuel. He's very slow, low and slow. BMW coming in just as slow behind him. Possibly 2 cars. Yeah, definitely out of fuel. Both cars there going on pit road. The BMW able to coast it just a little further. Nice wall in the way of the camera going into pit road. Appreciate that. So T-Dubs, Snowman, Stu, and Hollywood all down pit road, and leaves Cork, Monkey, and Staggering out on the track yet to make that pit stop that everybody else has made so far. Cork's got the fuel. So does the Porsche and the Subaru.
Yeah, second and third look like they're going to be barely making it.
Yeah, they're going to be tight on that. It's about how Hollywood looked here, is the way the Porsche looks here in second place. That's how he looked coming into this turn. Hopefully able to get there. Cork's going to have plenty to get there. And that's going to be a big deal there for Hollywood and Stu, both running out of fuel. You won't be able to pit at full speed, and that's a big, difference.
I can't even guess how much time that would have taken. Watching these guys coming in the pits over 150 miles per hour. Hollywood and Stu came in. I don't even know.
Like they were under a pit limit. Yeah. Staggering keeps it out there. He was pretty low on fuel, so we'll see if that comes back to bite the 43 here.
How can he possibly make it another lap?
And look, he's racing on the softs, and they still have wear.
His tires are better than Hollywood's. A lot better.
And it was on the medium. Everybody but this Subaru on the medium.
Staggering must have something up his sleeve. T-Dubs is coming now. And here comes Staggering in the pit road. Nothing in the fuel tank. T-Dubs heading into, I think, the last turn. Should easily overtake Staggering while he's sitting in the pits. Watch. Oh yeah, T-Dubs, Jason, Snowman, all right on by Staggering. Staggering's got a while to go getting fuel. Feels like it's taking forever while they're pumping that fuel in there.
We have a wreck TKO Chaos back there out of the last turn. We're going to go to the West Higgins ORV replay. Catch that. It gets up into the wall a little bit, and he is loose down into the inside wall. Huge crash. One vehicle. Probably no caution. Second and a half penalty. We'll just let that one play out from there. So it looks like Staggering will drop back to, Well, he'll be battling for 6th, possibly. Nope. He'll be battling with himself for 8th because Chaos, he had just crashed, unfortunately.
Crash and a penalty.
All right. Coming up on the 28-minute mark, 5 seconds till in our race, and 22 laps complete. And man, T-Dubs, he's just cruising out there on the lead so far. It's about how it's looked ever since restart back at the caution. Cork has lost some good positioning here between 2nd and 3rd.
I wonder if something happened to Cork, because Jason got the big penalty and he's back up in 2nd.
I don't know if that Supra of Jason took on all the fuel or not when he went in there earlier than those guys. He is under half a tank already.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Thanks for the answer, Stu.
There's a good possibility of what happened. He is way up into the wall there, going through that first turn, and that was another big hit to the lap time.
Snowman is bringing it up there to Jason.
He is slowly closing that gap. Foot through the field. 5th of Monkey has no one around. He crosses the bridge. It'll be 6th place of Hollywood. He's on his best lap by over 2/10. And he's closely followed by the BMW of Stu.
Stu's running a pretty nice paint scheme this week.
Yeah, we put the Ruthless Racing on there this week. Speaking of paint schemes, as per weekly, we will go through the paint scheme review. Starting with the 24, I guess, since we're already here. Ruthless Racing style scheme. I dig it.
I also dig it.
Go back to staggering. He's in the Subaru 43, you know, the Richard Petty special. Looks pretty sick, I do say so. I do like that STP scheme.
Classic.
See what we got. Chaos. He's in the Alpine F1 scheme. There on his Renault, so
So you'll say Alpine, but you won't say Porsche.
listen, I got roasted by some Brits over saying Alpine, so I learned my lesson.
You have to get our friend DJ in here from Germany and get you set straight on Porsche.
All right, and there's the usual 45 scheme of our guy T-Dubs. As we've seen this Kurt Busch scheme quite a bit. He may think it's good luck. It is a good-looking scheme. I do enjoy it quite a bit.
Has the goat right on the hood.
That's right, it does. It's a good luck charm, maybe. Then we got Jason here in his McDonald's scheme, Supra, with, Ronnie himself right there on the hood.
Just looking at that car, I can smell the fries.
He's got the Ruthless Pro Series on the windshield as well. Much appreciate that from Jason. Oh yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
Look at that.
And we got Snowman there. He's driving his 5HendrickCars.com machine. He's had different variations of it. Minnesota Viking shout out there on the rear. Monkey probably won't like that very much. Got his Timberwolves on the front there as well. Big Minnesota fan, it seems like.
I swear that guy told us he was from Yellowsburg, Indiana, or Greensburg, Indiana. Maybe that was somebody else.
It could have been someone else.
There are two people from Indiana, both from Colorburg.
Yeah, it's like Colorville or Berg or something.
It was like Brownburg, and he's like, "Oh, I'm from Yellowsburg."
I'm like, what? I'm from Magenta Town. The 8 of Court, you know, a little different scheme here this week. Sporting the Ruthless Racing on the front, the sides, and the rear. And this Kyle Busch 3 Chi inspired car. And then Monkey in his, you know, regular yellow Yamaha colors.
Cork, he's got some. He had an issue somewhere. He's got one slow lap. He looks like he's slowing it down quite a bit. He's out here running high 110s and 111s.
Yeah, he has slowed it down quite a bit. Might be on the fuel saving real heavy. Jason back down pit road once again here on lap 27. Let's see, Hollywood, he's in an 84 Red Bull car. Guess he's kind of looking Jimmy Johnson-ish, but with Red Bull. So good scheme there by Hollywood. No Ruthless Racing. Shame, shame, shame.
Yes, sir. So that leaves about 18 or 19 laps for Jason. I can't do that kind of math right now. He'll be able to go all out. One more pit stop.
So
the Monkey's back here fuel saving, running 109s and 110s. It looks like he's closing the gap on Cork. Yes, sir, he is.
All right, so Monkey has moved up to fourth now. So Cork moves up to third on the Jason pit. Snowman and T-Dub still hang on to second and first, respectively. And T-Dub's been out here for a hot minute, just running laps.
I don't know when Monkey took fourth. He's been riding around in the back all day. All of a sudden he's in fourth.
That's right. Hollywood's not far off fourth place either. Looking good here in the top five. Stu is sitting in sixth. Got the Subaru coming up behind him.
T-Dub's in the pits. Snowman takes over first place. There's a lot of fuel left.
All right, T-Dub's in, takes on the tire. Obviously, he'll take on the fuel. Snowman takes on the lead. And still yet for Cork to pass T-Dub's on pit road, and this should happen right here.
What's your timestamp, Stu?
35:40 right now. Okay. 41.
All right.
All right, second, third, pretty close. Hollywood just peeking back there. Snowman's in the lead. He could get several more laps out of his McLaren. Possibly, at least 2 really good laps out of it. Just depends on how long he wants to go. I'm imagining that guys are thinking they're going to have to make 2 stops. So that's even T-Dub's thinking he'll have to make another stop in this race.
And Jason.
Yeah, Jason will definitely have to do that as well, but he'd already made one of the, what you would consider the last 2 stops. So he should be able to make it on one more, Jason there, and T-Dubs.
I think so. Cork is sitting on a lot of fuel.
Yeah, Cork's got quite a bit. He's been saving. I think that's where we've seen these a little slower lap times out of that McLaren. And fuel's still looking good on the guy on first as well, so we'll see how all this plays out. But definitely, you know, it takes a while for you to take on fuel. If the McLarens are able to push this race to a one more stop for them, that could be a difference.
I'm back here looking at Hollywood again. He's gone through another right front. He's just about out of fuel.
Let's see if he makes the same mistake as he did last time.
But credit to Hollywood, 4th place in his debut race in a completely different series, completely different car.
That's right. He has put it up here in the 4th. He was running 5th before the guys peeled off the pit. And, you know, he'll be going down this time. Let's see if he's able to make it, though. Last time he ran out of fuel running into the pits. That bar's close. He's hammering down on that throttle. Oh, he's up into the wall here in the last turn. I think he just kissed it, though. It didn't charge him with anything. He does run out of fuel, but he'll basically be full speed. So good on Hollywood that time.
Got about 1/8 of a mile closer that time.
He certainly did, and Staggering's able to go around him. Let's see, Stu moves on around him. T-Dubs, Jason as well. They'll be trying to chase down the BMW off their first stops. That BMW's probably got about another lap in it. So he'll be making his stop.
Current first, second, and third aren't too far apart. Snowman's got a comfortable lead.
He's got a lap left at least or two of fuel. Cork's got all kinds of fuel. He's been really putting the save on it, I believe.
Yep. Looks like Cork and Monkey are closing that gap.
I think it's getting pretty close. Cork might be able to squeeze a one stop out of this. But Snowman, you know, he was going to go another lap. He flashes into the red this lap. Monkey might do that as well whenever he crosses the line. I don't know how many more laps the Porsche has in it.
I think you can get about 11 laps of fuel running it hard. 10 or 11 laps and saving, 12, maybe 13 if you really stretch it, but 13 would be tough. Stu's coming in for fuel. Keep an eye on Snowman here. Snowman's he is holding on to that last bit of fuel.
He has. We'll see what he decides to do on this lap. You got Cork right there behind him with a little bit more fuel. I feel like Cork has closed this gap a little bit too.
Oh yeah, he is right there. Last lap.
Snowman's going to take it.
They could see each other on the long stretch. Now Cork is right up on him.
Oh yeah, you know, Snowman's going to be kind of conserving here as they run up on the 8th place car. Stu getting out of pit road.
Snowman is at the mercy of Cork. Did you ever see the movie Three Amigos?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Cork reminds me of that part where they're all dying of thirst and the one guy's got the full canteen of water and he's just chugging it, washes his face and throws it on the ground. One guy's drinking sand out of his. That's how Cork is with fuel right now.
Snowman's going to be real close there, but I don't think he'll run out by the time he gets back around to the pit road line. But Cork, he's definitely going to have enough to possibly squeeze one more out of this, maybe two. Saw Snowman squeeze two out of his. He's down there. He's got just a little bit of bar left. Cork takes the lead before he even goes down pit road. Oh, Cork's going to go down pit road in front of him. Cork passes him for the lead going down pit road. There you go, drinking sand.
Yep.
Cork he has 10 on the fuel as well, so that's going to be beneficial to him getting out earlier.
Yeah. He's only getting 90 liters too.
Staggering has moved up to second now on this strategy. He's been running with the soft tire, but he's only got one lap left in his machine. As one of the two pit stops is going to take to get that Super of T-Dubs back around this thing. He's going to have to make that pit stop possibly any lap now, really. Because everybody else, especially Cork and Monkey right there, I think, and Snowman, I think they're all going to make it on that one-stop strategy.
I think so. It looks like I don't remember seeing Chaos come in for fuel, but his tank's nice and full. And tires. He must have come in at the same time as Cork and Snowman.
Oh, Staggern's going to be out of fuel going into the pit lane, but still will enter at about 110 miles an hour. So we've seen that out of several drivers this evening, getting down pit road and they're out of fuel. But this will move Jason up to second now on the staggering pit stop. Fourth of Hollywood still in the last turn. He should be able to overtake third place as well. But we'll have a pit stop to take on at the end. There goes Hollywood to third. Can Court get around? He does. He goes up to fourth. Staggering's now in fifth. Snowman's coming around in sixth, and he will make the pass. So I'm thinking everybody, first, second, and third, going to have to make another pit stop. Fourth, fifth, and sixth should not. But is the gap too large between these guys to overtake these three guys that's got to make these extra pit stops? Snowman back there. He touches the wall a little bit. So Hollywood not in good position to have to make another pit stop. Jason is making his pit stop now, so we'll see what happens to him. T-Dubs remains on track, got quite the lead. If you look back to Hollywood, he's just now getting into the last turn. T-Dubs is already through our top turn at the end of the straight stretch. That is quite the gap, and don't know if he'll probably have to take on tire as well when he goes back in there.
Oh, definitely. Cork didn't even get full fuel on his stop. He's already 3/4 of a tank.
Yeah, so he had the most fuel too when he went in there. So that explains this great lead he has put on Snowman and Monkey. If I was Cork, you could have afforded to take a little extra fuel there.
Yeah.
Now Hollywood in his debut up to second. And he's got laps to run.
I've been in that position where I was fuel saving and T-Dubs was coming down my neck and I just didn't have the fuel to defend. I had to keep saving fuel. Cork could have used a couple more liters there to fight off an attack from behind. Hollywood, even if he doesn't come in for fuel, he's going to have to come in for that right front tire.
Yeah, most certainly. Got 10 laps remaining, 9 at the line there when T-Dubs crossed. You can see he's got quite the lead over second place.
That's
Hollywood
crazy.
Remains on track, and from third, fourth, and fifth, I don't think we'll see another pit stop. Staggering, he made his final pit stop. He should be good, even on that soft tire. He's been making it work all day. Jason has moved all the way back to seventh off his second pit stop, so maybe he's hoping that he's able to get around Hollywood and T-Dubs when they pit, but I'm not quite so sure how all that's going to work out. Unfortunately, the BMW finds himself in last on the pit stops.
BMW just came out.
Maybe not long ago. Still got some pretty fresh tire. Also on the softs. I think went in and took enough fuel to get to the end and put on the soft tire.
Okay, track battle somewhere. Oh, it looks like Stu and Chaos.
Yeah, battle for 8th position. Overtaken by the BMW here. Now, see what T-Dubs decides to do. He's definitely going to have to pit this lap. No way he can get around one more time. So we'll see.
No.
Hollywood will probably go in right behind him. Or not right behind him, but he will go in whenever he gets there.
Hollywood's tire looks about the same as T-Dubs. Maybe Hollywood figured out not to push that tire so hard.
He had a lot better right rear than T-Dubs here, so it's interesting. T-Dub's definitely going to be taking on the tire. Possibly he could be putting on the softs with so many little laps left in this race. We'll see how that works out. Hollywood in second is working his way into the last turn. Should be making his pit stop this time. Will he run out of fuel again? Let's check. Still got a little red. Oh, and he's out. Well, no, I mean he ran out, but it's still letting him up throttle. So
A little closer every time.
T-Dubs is going to be coming out of the pits, and it's going to be a tight race between him and Cork and Snowman. Cork gets around them, and there should be no more pit stops to be made between this top group. It's going to be a race here on the final 6 laps here from High Speed Ring. Racing softs for T-Dubs, as I thought he would do.
Oh, interesting. There's a lot of strategy in these races. It's not just fuel mileage. There's tires too. Which tires you use, how you save them.
Cork has the lead. Sorry, it was 7 to go. It'd be 6 to go this time when they cross the line. He's trying to make it 2 in a row for him here in the GT3 series. Snowman in the other McLaren breathing right down his neck. Very fresh racing softs right there behind him in the Supra of T-Dubs. It's a 1-2-3 car battle after 40 laps. Man, who would have thought?
That is amazing. As spread out as everybody was. Get to lap 40 and top 3 are right back where they started.
Snowman takes the lead. Cork's going to drop back to 3rd. T-Dub's looking on the inside. He will be 1st, 2nd, kind of back and forth. He slides up into the 2nd groove out of those 3 cars. Able to make it work through turn 1 there. T-Dub's looking to be on his fastest lap of the race, as he's trying to breathe down the neck of the McLaren. A Snowman now.
Yeah, he's out there on those soft tires. It's got to be good for 1 second per lap.
Possibly got a little wall there. It's real tight for 1-2. They're battling back and forth. Skies are starting to get dark. It'd be interesting if we saw something weather-related happen within these last 5 laps.
It sure looks like it's about to.
Maybe they'll hold off just long enough. Just long enough. Draft braking here through the high-speed section of High Speed Ring. 4 laps remaining. I'll get it right in a second, fellas. 4.5. Man, 1, 2, 3. This tight. Getting down to it here, High Speed Ring. Down to the inside. Goes T-Dubs into the S's. Will he be able to overtake the lead? He's clear.
Uh-oh. Turning them loose with those soft tires.
Oh, a 1.5 penalty to Snowman here. Unfortunate. But he still will be able to race this lap. He'll have to serve it next time round. Cork moves up to 2nd. We've seen T-Dubs get back into that familiar territory like he did on the restarts of this race. He's just kind of out to that lead now, and he's on the racing soft. That's going to be a big deal. Cork also won't have the help of the other McLaren because he'll have to serve his penalty this lap with 4 to go now.
So we haven't really watched these penalties. Let's see what we got here. I'm watching Snowman come around. These aren't as high speed as the Monza penalties.
Somehow, TKO Chaos, 3-second penalty coming out of the pit lane, unfortunately.
So think about, I didn't pay enough attention, maybe about 100 miles per hour down to 70 for Snowman. But Cork just kept right on going, so Just as painful.
That's right. Cork easily overtakes second there off the 2.5 penalty to Snowman. Going through the, I believe, the tunnel turn the lap before. But T-Dubs, he's ran out, and he's got 3 to go. And he's got quite the lead.
Staggering's closing that gap on Monkey in 4th. Monkey's not threatening 3rd at all.
Not a lot of tire there to work with the Subaru, so he might have to make these moves worth it if he gets up to the 4th place car of Monkey.
Oh, wow. Good catch, Stu. Yeah, he's really chewed that tire up.
Jason, unfortunately, finds himself in 6th, and the strategy he was planning to run just didn't work out. Hollywood's in 7th.
It seemed like he had a good move going with. He was going to have 2 9-lap runs, I think, at the end. Maybe a 9 and a 10.
Yeah, he had it cut down right. I don't know what didn't work out for him. Stu in 8th. And then Chaos will be in 9th. T-Dubs is in 1st. He's got 2 to go here from High Speed Ring, and quite the lead, as we mentioned before. Cork is in 2nd. Snowman in 3rd. Those McLarens would be a little closer, but unfortunately, a track penalty to the McLaren number 5 Snowman has caused this gap between these two.
Even an incident at this track isn't like other tracks. He just hit the wall and you can hopefully keep on moving without enough damage. Other tracks you go off and you go skidding into the infield, maybe even the outfield at some tracks. So
yeah,
Cork's going to need a miracle to catch him.
All right, so T-Dubs is going through the tunnel through our last couple of turns. And whenever he gets out of this last turn, he'll be going down the front stretch to take the white flag here at High Speed Ring. And there you have it. As he crosses the line this time, it's 1 to go, presented by Skew Car here in the Ruthless GT3 series. Cork is in 2nd as he takes the final lap. Snowman 3rd. Monkey's coming up in 4th as he's looking to take the white flag. Staggering. Just looks like he's not going to be able to close that gap. Tire is nearly completely gone. It will certainly be gone by the end of this lap. Jason in 6th. You were not joking. Moving up to trying to move up, maybe get around Staggering here before the end of this. T-Dubs is going through the S's for the final time. Hits the tunnel. And he can see it. Maybe smell it. So he's going to be in victory lane once again. The battle between the McLarens tightening up a little bit. We'll keep an eye on that as they get going to the last turn. Out of the last turn for the final time, it'll be T-Dubs in the 45 Supra, winner of the Ruthless GT3 series from High Speed Ring.
Can't say I'm too surprised.
I can't either. Cork will be in 2nd, out of fuel. Snowman, I believe, also out of fuel, but not going to hurt him like it did some races ago, and he'll finish 3rd. Monkey in 4th, able to hang on from the Subaru, but Jason able to get around that Subaru and take home a top 5 as the Subaru will go around or across the line out of fuel. Hollywood in 7th, still finishing up his lap as he comes out of the final turn and finishes his race here at High Speed Ring. The 9 of Chaos will be down a lap, and he'll finish, oddly enough, in 9th ahead of the 8 car of Stu, who wraps us up here by being the last car on a lead lap here at High Speed Ring. So congratulations to T-Dubs, Cork, and Snowman on nabbing the top 3 spots here in the Ruthless GT3 series from High Speed Ring. Man, what a race. We knew it was going to be high speed, as the name entails. And we had one caution, had a couple wrecks here and there, guys scraping the wall, but overall, pretty good race with, a fairly new field out there. So yeah, big shout out to those guys who raced with us, and I hope you guys come back. It was great to have a big field with everybody, but it will not be nearly as easy next week in this Ruthless GT3 series as we take on Autopolis, which plays into the hands quite well to somebody maybe driving a Porsche.
I think it could. That track is not forgiving if you make a mistake. Like I mentioned, there are no walls to keep you on the track. You will go skidding off, and your skills are going to come out. I don't know how many turns are there. It seems like probably a dozen, maybe more. That will be a good race. I'm surprised this one, how many cars ran out of fuel crossing the finish line. I think it was 5. As expecting a lot of high speed, not as much fuel problems as people had. It played a big part. And Jason at the end, he had the fuel and the tire to take over Stagger, and I was watching that battle. Staggering lost the tire, didn't have the fuel to fight him off, and Jason just easily went around him. Great race, though.
Yeah, quote unquote rookies, not strangers to racing games or racing in general, but much like when SVG joined the NASCAR Cup Series, kind of the opposite deal here for some of these guys. They're more NASCAR drivers, and they come over here. And, a lot of them did quite well, maybe learned a little bit about what it takes for the fuel and tire now, and going to a much different style of track next week. Short shifting going to be a big deal, making it 10 laps, a track that requires a lot of grip, but you can't use the soft tire and make it with the fuel. So it's going to be on the medium tire. It's going to be sort of driving on ice, in a sense, if you will, next week at Autopolis. So it's going to be definitely one to watch out for some dirt being thrown up.
That might be the end of our run over here in Japan, too. We had Monza in between, but I think that'll be our 3rd track in Japan. Then back to the U.S. Oh no, off to France for the All-Star race. Then
That's
back
right.
to the U.S., Road Atlanta.
That's right. So next week, Autopolis, and then the All-Star race, which will be at Le Mans, the 24-hour Le Mans, no chicanes, and we'll be driving Garage 56 style Camaros, uh, you know, souped all the way out. So you want to see a real high-speed action that's coming up in 2 weeks. Everybody will be in there, and it's going to be crazy. The rules will be a little different too, so like the fuel probably lasts a little longer and stuff like that. Just trying to dial it in for what it's going to take to get those Camaros to be competitive at Le Mans. But yeah, great race here tonight from our guys in the Ruthless GT3. Congratulations to T-Dubs, Cork, and Snowman. Been proven to be 3 of our top, drivers this season. But we're only about halfway through, and there's a championship round to decide all this as well as the season progresses. So there's a lot to look forward to.
Yep, I'd like to hype up that All-Star race a little bit more. Not only are they going to be driving the Camaros, they're going to be Camaros with over 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, that's right.
That
We're
will
going to be
be
seeing speeds 250 plus miles an hour easy out of these guys at Le Mans. So it's going to be super high speed, if you will.
custom setups too, so some cars will maybe sacrifice a little bit of handling for speed. Not everybody will be on an even plane, just real close to it.
That is right. Man, I have nothing else for our viewers. Do you?
No, I'm good. This was a great race, which I mean, everybody was spread out. It seemed like it was going to be a slow race, and then at the end, they all came back together and turned it into a exciting finish here at High Speed Ring.
That's right. Everything came together real nicely there at the end, but it's T-Dubs on the soft tire with that last pit stop getting it done. But without further ado, make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Ruthless Pro Series as they will be at Auto Club. So high speed NASCAR action tomorrow, 100 laps from Auto Club. Catch me in the booth, Monkey on the track, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
There you
Number
go.
6 Mustang.
Catch that number 6 Mustang out there. Monkey will be taking on the Pro Series drivers in the NASCAR side of things. 9 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you tune in and catch me there. Should be a good one. We've had some great finishes at Auto Club here over the 4 seasons of Ruthless Racing on NASCAR. So, yeah, thank you, Monkey, for being here with me, man. And thanks to everybody who races with us, everybody who tunes in. It's all greatly appreciated. But, yeah, without further ado, make sure you tune in tomorrow and rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.
Thanks, Stu. Have a good week.